Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel, PEBC Drive.
Have you ever wondered about why there is a red spot after mosquito bite? Why there is a eruption of skin after mosquito bite? Or why there is a wool-like area after mosquito bite? So let's have answer to all these questions. Hello everyone, I am Vijay Kevlani, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmacology, LJ Institute of Pharmacy. So in today's session, we are going to talk about autocoids. What is autocoids and specifically classification of these autocoids. So before moving to our topic, let's have a brief introduction of autocoids. So autocoids are self-healing substances which are produced by a living cell. They are having role in pathological processes, in physiological processes. Apart from that, they also work as neurotransmitter and modulator. Right. So let's have a descriptive study on autocoids. So the term autocoid is derived from a Greek word autos and echoes. Autos means self and echoes means healing substance or remedy. So autocoid means self-healing substances which are produced by cell. Let's have an example of autocoid. So histamine. Right. So whenever there is a mosquito bite, ultimately there is release of histamine, and due to this histamine, ultimately there is a red spot, there is eruption, there is wheel-like structure present on our screen. Right. Moving on. Autocoids are diverse substances produced by a wide variety of cells in the body. So ultimately, these chemicals are produced by different cells. Let's say histamine. The name itself suggests tissue amine. Hist means tissue, so it is tissue amine. Now histamine is present in all the cells of our body. While there are many other examples like leukotrienes are there, prostaglandins are there, 5-HT, that is 5-hydroxytryptamine is there, which is not present in all the cells, but a specific variety of cells are producing this kind of chemicals. Right. So once again, autocoids are diverse substances produced by wide variety of cells in the body having intense biological activity. So they are having a specific biological role. They are playing specific role in pathophysiological actions, in physiological processes also. Right. Moving on, but generally it acts locally. Yes, that is the main important point for autocoids. That autocoids act locally. Wherever they are released, they produce their action in that area only. So once again, autocoids are diverse substances produced by a wide variety of cells in the body, having intense biological activity, but generally act locally at the site of synthesis and release. So ultimately, these are the substances which are produced by specific cells, except histamine, which is produced by all the cells. Second is they act locally, means when they are produced or where they are produced, they will produce their action in that area only. And lastly, they are having specific biological response. Right. So this, if any chemical which is fulfilling all this criteria is known as autocoid. Moving on, autocoids are involved in number of physiological and pathological processes, especially reaction to injury and immunological insult. So these chemicals are present or playing role physiologically, right? Like let's say histamine is having many physiological role. It is acting as neurotransmitter too, right? Another is 5-HT, 5-hydroxytryptamine. Huge amount of 5-hydroxytryptamine is present in our intestine, which is monitoring and maintaining our peristaltic movement. So these substances are ultimately having physiological role. Apart from that, pathophysiological role means prostaglandin is released on injury to any tissue. So they are having pathophysiological role too. Some autocoids in addition serves as transmitter or modulators in the nervous system. but their role at many sites is not precisely known. So there are many substances, as I am continuously saying, histamine and 5-HT both are acting as neurotransmitter. So ultimately there are certain autocoids, let's say prostaglandin is also acting as a co-transmitter. So there are number of substances ultimately which are acting as transmitter are considered under autocoids. Moving on, a number of useful drugs act by modifying their action or metabolism. So there are many drugs which ultimately modify the release of the substances. Let's say there is an allergic reaction and the allergic reaction is due to release of histamine. Now, to prevent histamine release, ultimately specific histamine blockers are given. So the point is there are many drugs which are acting via this autocoids. Moving on, autocoids are classified in mainly three classes. Very first is amine autocoids, lipid derived autocoids and peptide autocoids. Example of amine autocoids are histamine and 5-hydroxytryptamine. Now histamine is having role in various pathological and physiological actions. Let's say it is very important component or chemical which induces gastric acid release. Apart from that, it is also acting as a neurotransmitter in brain and also it is released in various inflammatory processes. Second is 5-hydroxytryptamine or you call it 5-HT or serotonin. So serotonin is having role as a neurotransmitter. Apart from that, it is present in platelets also and also it is present in our intestine which maintains our peristaltic movement. Moving on, next class is lipid derived autocoids. In lipid derived autocoids, the examples are prostaglandin, leukotriene and platelet activating factor. Now prostaglandin. So there are various types of prostaglandin. PGG2 is there, PGH2 is there, thromboxane A2 is there, prostacyclin is there. Now if I talk about specifically PGG2, then it is having role in our pain pathway and various inflammatory processes. Then after thromboxane A2, it causes release of platelets as well as aggregation of platelets. Third is prostacyclin, which is contrast to the thromboxane A2. It inhibits platelet aggregation and that is why there is balance between thromboxane and prostacyclin. And that is the reason that there is no clotting inside the blood. Then after third is platelet activating factor. So platelet activating factor is playing role in release of thromboxane A2 as well as platelet aggregation. The third type is peptide autocoids. Examples are plasma kinins and angiotensin. Plasma kinin is having role in pain pathway, coagulation pathway and also blood pressure control. Next is angiotensin, which we are very well aware of that it is having role in RAAS system, that is RAS system, renin angiotensin aldosterone system, which maintains our blood pressure. Not only this, there are also other autocoids present. So in addition, cytokines like interleukins, TNF alpha and GM-CSF and several peptides like gastrin, somatostatin, vasoactive intestinal peptide, endothelins and many other may be considered as autocoids. So these are also considered as autocoids because these are released locally and they produce action locally. Apart from that, they are synthesized in a specific type of cell and they are having a intense biological response, right? So thank you for your attention. Please like, share and subscribe our channel.